Hello! It's Wednesday. You know what that means. It's time for some more drawing. So here we are. We're going to do some drawing together. And I can't wait. Today's going to be a really simple one. But it has a lot of potential for you to make it your own, to add some design work to it. So I'm going to show you the basics, and then you can just go to town with it in your own time and have a blast. Today we're going to do a you draw it, we'll do a what is it, where you have to guess what I'm drawing. Those are always a lot of fun. And of course we'll close out with an animal and activity where you in the chat tell me an animal doing something crazy, and I will attempt to draw it in about 5 or 6 minutes. That's usually the amount of time we have left when we try and do that. So far so good, it's worked out well. How are you all feeling? How are you all doing? How's your breakfast? I want to know how your breakfast is. I eat the same thing every day. I'm one of those kinds of people. Same breakfast, creature of habit, and I like toast. I was thinking about this the other day, and I wondered, how do you think Darth Vader likes his toast? I would imagine probably on the dark side. So, why don't we do some drawing? I think that'd be a good idea. We'll just forget the jokes for now. We'll do some drawing. So grab yourself a pen, a pencil, a stick, a crayon, it doesn't matter. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the you draw it. So I draw and then you draw. Follow along with me. Like I said, this is a simple one. So if you're all set to go, let's get right to it. First, check in the chat and say hello to everybody. Hi, hi. I see my good buddy Rico Renzi is here. Rico, you got to see this. I am wearing your shirt. So let me just pop over here to this camera so everybody can see. This is my favorite shirt. Rico Renzi drew it. Wow, it says Slayer, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Little clever, punny kind of a thing that he did there. Anyway, I think it's brilliant and I love wearing it. So, what's up, Rico? Hey, Sam, we got Deb ready to draw along at your house. Wonderful. Well, then we should get right to it. We got to do some drawing. So, we are going to do things like straight lines. Okay, we're going to do things like zigzags. Okay, we're also going to do little curvy lines like that, right? Any kind of a curve. We can do all of these together. That's all it takes to do these drawings. So to get started, we're going to do something very simple. And it looks a little something like this. Are you ready? I'm going to draw a line down at a bit of an angle, kind of straight. If it's perfectly straight, that's fine too. Bit of an angle. Could look like this. Could look like that. Don't sweat it. Not a big deal. All right, next thing you're going to do is a big curve. Are you ready? Here comes that curve. I'm going to curve up and around. I'm going to keep on going, and I'm going to keep on going to about there. Something like that. Notice how I picked up my pencil a few times there? You don't have to do it all in one line like that. No big deal. Pick it up. Not a problem. All right. Next, I'm going to draw another straight line. Now, I want to stop it where I started my first line, right here. I want to connect those two. Now I find that when I have to draw a straight line, a handy thing to do is to rotate my paper. So if I rotate my paper like that, all right, that's pretty good because that allows me to make a straight line without having to kind of hold my hand in a wonky way and do this kind of thing, all right? So let's get that there. Boop, boop, boop. All right, here we go. Drawing a straight line, ding, 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 like that. There we go. How's that? Looking good. All right, next, I'm going to draw another straight line. Are you ready? It's going to go straight out this way. Right about like that. See, I stopped about the same length as this line here. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a curved line up, and I'm going to connect right about there. Now, I've told you all this before. Sometimes it helps to make a little mark on your paper about where to put something, so I know I want to aim for that mark. I know it's small, but there it is. You can see that? So that's what I want to aim for, that little mark right there. Okay, and watch this. Curve and connect. And there you go. Any guesses about what we might be drawing? If you do have a guess, go ahead and throw it in the chat, and I'll see what you think. Okay? Next up, we got another straight line, and I'm going to stick it out this way and stop right about there. Okay? So that's what I want to do. So I'm going to connect those on the way down to there. See, it's not perfectly straight. It's a little wobbly. Hey, big deal. These drawings do not have to be perfect. I've said that before. And then we're going to do another little C curve right here. A little C curve. This is a C curve, right? This is a C curve. This could be a C curve. That could be a C curve. Here's my C curve. Are you ready? Down and there. Okay. Now, another straight line is on the way. It's going to be an angled line. All right. And what I'm going to do is, once again, I'm going to help myself out with some dots. So I'm going to put one dot, not on the level here, not on the level with this line, but a little bit higher, about here. Okay? And then I'm going to look, okay, where do I want to put the next one? Now I want to put it about there. See that? Give yourself some dots, then you have some targets to aim for. All right, I'm going to rotate my paper. That makes it easier for me to draw these straight lines, right? And then here we go. Just going to go like that. All right, did I hit the mark perfectly? No. Is that a big deal? No. Don't worry about it. Don't put pressure on yourselves to make these perfect. Here comes another little line down like that. And then we just scoop up that way. Couldn't be easier, could it? Simple, 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 simple. All right, now I'm going to do another curve, but it's going to be a small one. It's going to go like that. Stop for a moment. Okay. And then I'm going to connect it back to this point here. So let's do that. We'll just bring it back like this. Ta-da! That was easy. That was easy. Now do we know what we're drawing? Let's see. Stephen Booth says the NBC logo. Well, that's an interesting idea, isn't it? Alrighty. Now, this is going to be the dead giveaway. And are you ready? Here it comes. Long, shallow C curve here, followed by another one just underneath it like so. I think we know what's going on now, don't we? Here comes a little dot right there. And watch this fun line. Watch this. Down and a curl. Down and a curl. Okay. A moth, a butterfly. Bingo, bingo. Dina, Cicely, Stephen, Chris, murder. Oh my gosh. None of those. All right, now look. This is simple. This is a simple drawing, but it's fun. It's a nice little design. And here's where you get to have some fun. How do you want to work this into your own masterpiece? There are so many things you can do. So you could give this butterfly a setting, a simple setting. Maybe it's flying amongst some plants, right? Throw a line in there. Throw another line in there. Do a little squiggly. Another little squiggly here, right? Oops, and there's another one there. Suddenly we have this butterfly flying amongst some little flowers and plants, right? That's easy. That's one thing you can do. Just get rid of all that action right there. Goodbye. Another thing you can do, why don't you give it some legs? Here's how I do the butterfly legs. I just go down, down, and then out, out, and one more time, out, out. And then I can just do this, draw a line, right? And draw another line, and then another line, and another line. See how I'm doing these? I'm just kind of curving away from that one little point where I started. And then I just connect these with wavy lines. Wavy, wavy, wavy. Wavy, wavy, wavy. Beautiful. And what do we have? We have our butterfly sitting on a flower. Boop. Maybe it's got a little leaf like that. Right? Oh, but we're not done yet, excuse me, because look, here's a little wavy line there. Foreshortening. That's a good art trick. What about the wings of the butterfly? Well, there's just so many things you can do. You can decorate those any way you like. Swirling S-curves, right? You know what the curves sound like. Like that. That's what a curve sounds like. Make a little loop right there. Make a little shape right there. Maybe a little something right there. Who knows? Make your own design. This is your butterfly. Do whatever you like. Get out some markers and colored pencils or some crayons. Color the butterfly with all these beautiful patterns, right? Look at all the things you can do with that butterfly. So that is one of my favorites. It's a simple design. You can draw these all over the place. And hey, if you want to draw the butterfly flying, all you do is do the same butterfly drawing and just add those action lines, right? Action lines. Now we feel like, hey, those wings are moving, right? Boy, it couldn't be easier, folks. Drawing is fun. Add the details you want, make this your own wonderful butterfly masterpiece. All right, now you know it's time for a little bit of magic shrinking powder, because we are going to shrink this guy down, and we're going to slide him over here. And now it's time for what is it? So I'm going to draw something, and you just have to tell me what it is that I am drawing, okay? So watch carefully. I'll begin, and I know you're going to get this. You guys always get it right. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. I am kind of sneaky with these, but here. There. Step number 1. Step number 2. Oh boy, guys, this is a simple one. I know you're going to get it. And step number 3. Ta-da! I usually don't make these this easy, but today I was feeling generous. I was feeling like a nice guy, and I thought, boy, I'm always fooling you with these drawings, and it'd be nice for a change if I did something so simple that there's no way you wouldn't get it right. And so I have to ask now, take a look. Here it is. What is it? What is it? That's my question to you. To me, it looks very much like, well, part of the face, frankly. Here are some guesses. An eye, says Surya. An eye. Well, that sounds like a pretty darn good guess to me. A lemon with a hole in it. Not a bad guess. Not a bad guess. Anybody else? Any other takers? I think people are scared to guess because they know that I'm very, very tricky. I cannot be trusted when it comes to this game. And yet, I have to play it. A marble on top of a leaf. Now that is a creative guess. I like that very much. Well, shall we figure it out? Shall we check it out? I regret to tell you that it is actually not an eye. It does look like an eye, but that's not what it is because, watch this. Step 1. Step 2. Step 3. Step 4. 1 and a 2. Oh boy. I've done it again, haven't I? I've done it again. I just can't be trusted. There it is. I'm sorry, folks, but it is a bat. I thought maybe some of you might notice that. Nope, it's a bat. It's not an eye. It's a bat. We'll just slide him over there. And now we bring ourselves to the animal and activity game, one of our favorites. And this is where somebody, anybody in the chat can suggest an animal, right? We've just drawn a butterfly. We've just drawn a bat. And this animal could be doing something funny, something interesting, something strange, bizarre, weird, out there. Or maybe something totally ordinary, right? It doesn't matter. But I love the suggestions you all have. They're always very creative. And I will read the suggestions, and then I will do my best in the time that we have remaining to draw something that looks decent, okay? Let's be honest. I'm not going to draw a masterpiece in that amount of time, but I'm going to do my best, okay? So we have this. Oh, yeah. Malik made a joke. Fish fishing a human. That's a funny idea, I have to say. A fish fishing for a human. Surya had that idea. All right, I'm tucking that one in the back of my mind. I'll see what else comes in. I do like that, though. That's very clever. A unicorn eating an ice cream cone. Adorable. We all love unicorns. They're very magical creatures. A horse clapping 2 coconut shells together. That makes me think of Monty Python and the search for the Holy Grail. A seahorse playing the flute. Boy, that one's tricky. How would a seahorse hold a flute? A surfer cat. I do like me some surfing animals. We've drawn a couple of those in the past. We'll probably draw some more in the future, but I'll hold off on the surfer cat just for now. Great idea, though, Miguel. I do like it. Well, the fish fishing for a human is certainly an interesting one, and I think I might have to go with that. So, here we go. Now, the trick with these drawings is I always start with a sketch, right? Give myself something to start with that is nice and loosey-goosey, not too tight. And in order to do that, first thing I want to do is map out the amount of space I'm going to use for my drawing. So I'm going to say to myself, all right, look, I'm going to have a boat that's about maybe, say, that big. Okay, so there's a boat. I'm going to have a fish. Okay, I'm going to have some water. So put some water here and have some of the boat under the water. And I'm going to have a fish, right? The fish will be about, let's say, something like about this size. Something like that. That's feeling like about the right size. Make that boat a little more, not so high up in the water. I want to get that fish some more real estate for my drawing. Then I need to put a person in there, right? So I think I'll put the person about here. Okay, so it'll be like a head, and they'll be swimming, and they'll be looking at the bait. So I'll have a fishing pole, and we're gonna have some bait here. The bait will be a hamburger, because that's funny. All right, so fish right here. By the way, I am really not great at drawing fish, so we're gonna do our best here. But it's gonna be what it is. All right. Now I do know a fella who works at Adobe named Gus, who knows a lot about fish. If only Gus were here in the room, he could help me out. Say, Kyle, no, the eyes go closer. Oh yeah, that does look better, doesn't it? See that? Move stuff around in your sketch. That eye up there looks much better. Right, let that mouth come back there. I like that. Okay. And we gotta have some. Are they called flippers? Fins? No, dolphins have flippers. Boy, you can tell I do a lot of fishing, right? There. Let's get the one fin there, the other one coming up from there, holding that fishing pole. And then there's that hamburger. We're gonna have the water here, right? And this angle of the boat is gonna come around this way, or break it there in the front to make it interesting. And our person here will be looking at this hamburger, delicious hamburger. Okay. And we'll have one leg coming back this way. Oh boy, feet, the dreaded feet. Everybody loves to draw feet. One leg here. Bend that knee more. There we go. And looking at that delicious hamburger, thinking, should I eat that? Looks yummy to me. Oh boy. Now I want hamburgers. What have I done? Made myself hungry again, folks. You know, I'm on the East Coast, and it is getting close to 6 o'clock, and I am starting to get a little hungry. we've done this in the past. We've drawn food on this show, and suddenly everybody's thinking, oh boy, I wish I could eat a little something right now. All right, now that concludes our sketch, because it is time for me to get confident and do some real line work here. Okay? And you guys have seen me do this before. I just go for it. Put some bubbles there. Boop, boop. And the time has come. Let's get that hand to look a little more hand-like. Look how rough that is. Now, see, this is the key to success, I think, with these kinds of drawings, is get yourself a nice sketch. Get yourself a nice sketch. The sketch is everything. Now, I'm going to lower the opacity of that. That might be a little low. Let's bump that up a notch. Jump on top, and here comes the drawing. All right. Bam. Looking down. There is that fish. Whoa. Careful, Kyle. Don't get ahead of yourself. Let's break that up into a couple of lines. There we go. I got overconfident. Here comes that fish mouth. The big fish lips. Ew. Like so. And let's get that rounded around there and then down like so. And let's get ourselves a little fin. No, sorry. What is it called? Is it a fin? I'm going to check the chat. See if anybody can help me with my vocab. There's that little fishing pole. We'll interrupt that with the boat as it's coming back, right? There we go. And have this come forward and down like that. We got to have our water line. So we understand that we are looking above and below the surface. Kind of hard to create that illusion here just with line, but we're going to go for it. Okay, gang? There you go. And now the bait. Down we go with that fishing line. Oop, breaks the surface, comes down. And there is that yummy hamburger. It's got a little lettuce, maybe some pickles, right? And there's that bun. Put some sesame seeds on there. I'm all about these details, gang. And now the hair, which is underwater. Here comes a little nose. Ooh, what's that? Is that a hamburger? Don't mind if I do, says this character. Here's that arm. And we go 1 finger, 2, 3, and a pinky. Thumb, and the fingers. Keeping it simple. Give this guy some swimming trunks. Put a little stripe on there. All right, this leg coming back. There's a foot. Toe, 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 toe. Look, keeping it simple. Simple statements are all you need sometimes, folks. What is the focus of the drawing? Is it this guy's feet? No, no, no. It's this gag of the fish fishing for the guy, right? That's the gag. That's where we focus our energy. A little bit of texture on that boat. And hey, just like that, we got it. Let's hide that sketch. And what do you say? Did we make it work? We made it work. That is going to have to be it. So, I hope you had a good time with that. I sure did. Great challenge, great suggestion, really fun drawing. Well, there you go. I think we had a pretty good time with that. It's always a blast for me to, make these things happen as quickly as I can. Thanks for hanging out with me. And listen, we're going to do this again tomorrow because it's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of a deal. Everybody be safe. Keep drawing. Take care of yourselves. And I hope to see you again tomorrow right here. I love your suggestions. You guys make the best suggestions. So we're going to have a great time again. Catch you then. Everybody be good. See you next time.